No doubt about it. Cypher's working on something in Central Africa. There's evidence they've been in contact with private forces operating in the region. We follow that evidence. We should learn what Cypher is after. Diamond Dogs has gotten a lot bigger. Now's the time to take the offensive. Head back to the ACC for your next mission.
Please specify a project. Please specify a project. Please specify a project. Supplies requested. Supply drop complete.
Welcome back.
Please select a mission. Please landing zone confirmed.
Roger.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Boss brought back. No idea.
Analysis
I wonder if she's
complete.
even human.
What? Come on,
Analysis
she's a human. What is
complete.
she?
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Bio-roid?
I don't know. The way she moves.
Such things as miracles or the supernatural. Only cutting-edge technology.
Gaining altitude.
Please specify a project. Mission
Boss, I've been
letters.
meaning to tell you something. Our old friend Zero hasn't been seen in public since you left the States. That was over 10 years ago now. You suspected he was responsible for the accident at your base in the Caribbean. But at that point, Zero was already bedridden. So it never felt right to me that Zero gave the order. Now that I've seen the man Emmerich was working for, I'm sure he didn't. I know that man. He was our old friend's XO. A man without a face. Not one you want to look at anyway. Skullface. He's the one who destroyed your base 9 years ago. The unit he commands, XOF, was Cypher's strike force, but he's since split from Zero and used XOF to usurp control over Cypher itself. In other words, the Cypher we're hunting isn't Zero. Beyond Zero is a void that's even darker. Skullface.
Ever since the attack on your unit 9 years ago, the name Big Boss has become known the world over.
What do you mean?
Those of your men who survived traveled far and wide. They fought throughout the world. In fact, they're part of the reason we have all these PFs now. Every one of them suffered their own phantom pain from losing you. Talking about you wherever they went helped to heal their wounds. Your actions and words, your legend, has been told on every battlefield they've set foot on. Obviously, as the tales have spread, the truth's been distorted, painted over. Big Boss sacrificed himself to show us the threat that Cypher poses. He sounded a warning, so it goes.
A warning?
Too much power destroys the hands that hold it. Apparently, you chose to be a living example of that.
I never said any of that.
The moment any truth is passed on, it starts turning into fiction. The problem is, fiction inspires people more than facts. To the world, you're now the legendary mercenary Big Boss. The lessons you've taught the PFs are the reason they're so widespread. They're the reason they've survived. And you know what they all aspire to? To one day go nuclear, just like you did, and stand up to Cypher.
Of all the stupid things you could do.
They'll never understand what you really wanted. Heroes are misunderstood. It takes a man of the same caliber to understand what drives them. Bottom line is, these guys want to be like their hero, Big Boss. And deep down, they all have their eyes on nuclear weapons. They say that a nuke is the only means of standing against Cypher. But these days, it's becoming little more than a slogan to rally the troops and survive in a cutthroat business.
Currently, there are 3 major PFs who've expanded into Central Africa. CFA, Rogue Coyote, and Zero Risk Security. HEC's investigations have shown there's almost no overlap between their areas of operation. It's not so much a turf war, more like they have a gentleman's agreement. If you do cross paths with them, you probably won't have to face more than one at a time. Still, don't expect to walk.
Please select a mission. Deploying.
Target is Angola's Mfinda oil field, upstream from the landing point. A spill has covered the whole area and crude. A pipeline that crosses the Muneni River failed. Now the shore's a mess. Not to mention the villages downstream have no drinking water. The oil runs to the pipeline from that facility. Taking it out should end the leak. The client this time is an environmental NGO. Destroy the facility. Stop that leak. This may seem like straight-up philanthropy, but there's another reason we agreed to it. The Mfinda oil field was outdated, abandoned. Then the rebel group United moved in, taking it upon themselves to kickstart operations. United's been rapidly modernizing its arsenal. Rumor has it someone's been selling them U.S. military hardware. Intel's analysis suggests the broker's a front company, Cypher's. Keeping tabs on United can tell us who's pulling its strings.
Please specify a project.
That's step one to tracking down Skullface. And Cypher with him. Good luck, boss. First, make your way to the oil facility. It's to the north, past Kuala Yamasa. The village is currently occupied by Unida, so stay sharp. The war industry we started has taken a pretty crooked course these past 9 years. With no other options, soldiers have become dogs of war, sent to conflict zones as private forces, or PFs. Guys we fought alongside are dying all around the globe for no reason. No banner. But it's how they survive. The demand for PFs here in Africa is especially high. Cold War standoffs, resource exploitation, tribal clashes. What's big business for developed countries has only brought conflict here. That mess you're standing in, you've arrived at Masa Village. It's been turned into a supply hub for Unida,
Complete.
meaning it'll be stocked with weapons and resources. Should be a thing or two that'll come in handy. Don't be shy. They deserve to be in better hands.
The map has been updated.
Though they're members of Unida, those locals have been hired by CFA, the South African PF, and they're communicating through someone with the Afrikaans interpreter skill to understand what they're saying.
Alles gespannt, das sieht ihr. Was wollt ihr machen? Alle beschermen Jungs.
Snake, are you okay? Snake!
Boss, destroy the oil facility and stop the flow of oil. Head north through the village, and you'll find the facility further on. It's Digitalis. It's toxic, but it can also be used as medicine. You've arrived at Masa Village. It's been turned into a supply hub for Unida, meaning it'll be stocked with weapons and resources. Should be a thing or two that'll come in handy. Don't be shy. They deserve to be in better hands. The war industry we started has taken a pretty crooked course these past 9 years. With no other options, soldiers have become dogs of war, sent to conflict zones as private forces, or PFs. Guys we fought alongside are dying all around the globe for no reason. No banner. But it's how they survive. The demand for PFs here in Africa is especially high. Cold War standoffs, resource exploitation, tribal clashes. What's big business for developed countries has only brought... Moving in is just the latest example.
Alles gespannt, das alle hierheen. Positie. Herhaal. Alle hierheen. Alles positie.
soldiers are speaking Afrikaans, an official language of the Republic of South Africa. Boss, we're gonna need someone with the Afrikaans interpreter skill to understand what they're saying. We'll look into it here, but for now, you'll just have to make do without one.
CP, stel dan 9. Gevaar verloor. Bespied laaste punt op kontak. Oor. Dit is CP, begryp. Hou die voort en punt. Hallo, uit.
Please specify a project.
CP, dis Delta 3. Vyand buite sig. Soek nou. Oor. Dit is CP, begryp. Moenie laat hulle julle poos bring nie. Hou die voort. Uit. HK. Dis CP. Ons het die fans ingetrek, maar kontak verloor na
Enemy
kruis.
presence
Vyand kan nog
detected.
iewers
The
daarmee
map
wegkry.
has been updated.
Oor.
Boss, destroy the oil. Head north through the village.
Langsam. Das soll...
CP, dis Delta 1. Ons het die hele area gefynkamp, maar niks gekry nie. Die soektog opgeskort. Oor. Dis CP, begryp. Wees verraad. Moenie hulle vergee gee nie. Uit.
You've made it past the village. Continue heading for the oil facility. It's located upriver.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
The Vinda oil field is the property of Saner, South African Natural Resources. Saner drills oil wells wherever they can throughout that region. And when the oil dries up, they abandon the facility. Then it's only a matter of time before the aging equipment starts leaking crude. That means United's takeover is the perfect cover for Saner. Now they can blame the spill on a bunch of oil thieves. However you look at it, Saner's far from squeaky clean. That used to be a settlement. Now it's burned to the ground.
Enemy presence detected.
oil transfer pump and destroy the oily water separator tank. The details are on your iDroid.
Enemy crew detected. The map has been updated.
Hey, quit kidding around. Snake?
Boss, destroy the oil facility and stop the flow of oil. To prevent the machinery being turned back on again, you need to turn off the oil transfer pump and destroy the oily water separator tank. Check the details on your iDroid. Or you can sink him on the enemy to slow him down. Develop new gear just for him, and I'm sure he'll be capable of even more damage.
Analysis complete. Sun will set shortly.
Collins is the lead with Franca for Mercs in that area. If you're going to get any information from interrogations, you'll need an interpreter.
Caution, rain approaching. Analysis complete.
You gonna extract him?
Complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Okay.
Sound of rainfall should help to mask your footsteps.
Ship is Delta 6. We zitten moeilijke rundelingen. Wees opgegeven dat je rondvalt. Delta 6, wat voor?
Analysis
Delta 6.
complete.
Wat is de situatie? Alle eenheden, staan bij.
Come on.
Shipje, de rivier. Onbekende gebiedsquitten. Oorsprong onbekend. Goed.
It's no good, boss. Attacking like that won't cut it. Aim somewhere else. Or change to a different weapon.
Shipje, de Delta hier. Onze hele area gevangen kan, maar niks gekregen niet. Dit zoekt toch opgescoord. Goed. Reserveer, begrijp. Wees paraat. Uit.
Supplies requested.
Shipje, de Julien. Zingerok. What the fuck? Julien, wat verkeerd?
Supply drop complete.
Shipje, de Zulu 2. Onbekende geweer hier gehoord. Ik heb bevestiging op uw positie. Stuur instructie. Reserveer, begrijp. Wees waakzaam in. Rating van je tijd. Uit.
You have arrived at your destination.
Alles is sneller. Reserveer. Ons wordt aangevallen. Alle eenheden beschermen je posities.
That's one of the targets. The oily water separator tank. Destroy it. Just remember, the tank is highly pressurized. It'll explode violently when damaged. Be careful. He's coming too. Roger that.
Clouds approaching.
There's the transfer pump control room. The emergency stop button is probably inside it. transfer pump shutoff confirmed.
Base.
Next, destroy the oily water separator tank. That'll ensure they can never use the facility again.
Please specify a project.
Sipje. Hij is aangevallen. Onze waarschijnlijke indringer. Moet ik het onderzoek? Oor. Er is CP, begrijp. Het kan een vijandige aanval wees. Alleenheden, wakker wees. Uit. Wat is de situatie? Alle eenheden, staan bij.
That's the oily water separator tank. One of the targets. Take it out. That's one of the targets. The oily water separator tank. Take it out. You'll need to use explosives. What's with that corpse? It sank to the bottom.
Schip je de Zulu 2. Was het een moeilijke indringer? Wees opgereed als grondslag. Oor. Er is CP, begrijp. Hou je al op. Uit.
Analysis complete.
Spit it out.
Destroy that separator tank. You'll need to use explosives. Got any C4? Alright, you planted the C4. Don't set it off until you're at a safe distance. Good. You're away from the C4. Any sign of the enemy? separator tank. Objectives complete. Though security will be tighter after that explosion.
Mission
Get out of there ASAP.
updated. Please select a landing zone.
You destroyed their anti-air radar? It wasn't one of the targets, but that's put a hole in their air surveillance. The chopper will be able to get in close now. You can designate a landing zone near the outpost.
Please support helicopter
Roger.
requested. Analysis complete.
Get yourself out of the hot zone. By chopper or by land. It's your choice.
Hallo Skaders, dit is CP. Bestelwedstrijd afgevast. Lijkt zoals een probleem met die krachtbron. Die ook al die laatste gaat kijken naar die krachtstel. This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ. Alles geht schneller, dit is CP. Focus alle vuur op die vijandshelikopter. This is Pequod. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude. Schip is stelt op 6. Explosief gevlogen, maar kan hij niet vijand zien? CP is begrepen. Eerst wachtzaam in. Reed die vijand uit. Departing. Alles gaat sneller. De CP. Alle eenheden. Naar positie. Herhaal. Alle eenheden. Naar
Development project has been added.
Mission complete. Great work. Boss, we took another look into Saner, the owner of the oil field. They were behind what happened. They hired the PF, not United. They restarted the facility all the while pretending they were the victims. One other thing. Saner's Johannesburg head office is just a room in a multi-tenant building. Company's essentially non-existent. 3 years ago, that investment fund stepped in and started gutting it through a series of mergers and sell-offs. And get this, the fund itself no longer exists either. It's a shell corporation, meaning someone is just using Saner's name from the shadows. But what about those strange corpses? Just what the hell were they doing over there? Hey! Snake! I've customized a walker gear just for you. It features a silent running system, great for infiltration missions, and you can also summon it to your location. I've taken the liberty of calling it the D-Walker. It's armed with a suppressed tranquilizer gun. If you want to add other weaponry or upgrade the chassis, give the order from your iDroid.
Side ops list
Boss,
updated.
I've updated the mission list.
List
We've received a
updated.
new job offer. It doesn't seem connected to Cypher or Skullface at all. But if it goes well, we may get an Afrikaans interpreter. The details are on your iDroid.
Please select a landing zone. Mission not accepted. Please select a mission.
There's a violent power struggle going on within the Contract Forces of Africa, the PF that ran security for the Mafinda oil field. Most of their key people are Afrikaners, but naturally for a South African organization, some of its founders are British. Details are sketchy, but apparently the Afrikaners are holding these British personnel for interrogation near Kaziba camp. We've been asked to rescue one of them, a man known as the Viscount. We don't have the Viscount's exact location, but he doesn't speak the Afrikaners' language, Afrikaans. They'll need an interpreter who speaks English in order to interrogate him. Meaning if we tail the interpreter, he'll lead us right to the target. By the way, the contract specifies that it's all right to ignore the other British prisoners. But the final decision is yours, boss.